I'm so done with the horse world's "it's just a moment in time" argument anytime they see a bad photo of a horse and rider at the upper level. And I'm gonna tell you why. Saying it's just a moment in time implies that it's something that does not happen frequently and is just a tiny, minuscule millisecond in the horse's life. And if that were actually true, it wouldn't be so easy to find all of these moments in time all over the internet posted by big governing organizations such as the FEI. Moments in time are not so prevalent that you can find new ones posted on a daily basis across the entire horse industry. Let's for a second pretend that these are just moments in time. Even if that were the case, a bad moment in time is still a bad moment, and if we were actually motivated to stop these from reoccurring at a high rate, we would acknowledge the fact that they're not ideal and that they have problems. But instead, people are shrugging it off as an issue and trying to make up excuses to ignore the problem in the first place. So let's look at just a few moments in time across the internet that have been posted recently. To my left, you see just a moment in time in which the flash is so incredibly tight that it's even digging into the horse's face when their teeth are clenched together. Sure, this photo represents one singular moment in time, but it's a horribly bad one, and the horse is uncomfortable. And every time we shrug it off and try to defend this by saying it's just a moment in time, we are saying stuff like this is okay. While also pretending that this is something that the horse only had to deal with for a moment rather than the entirety of its ride. Because let's be real, unless you got off to loosen the flash mid-ride, this is what it was like the whole ride. This one I know people are going to have less of an issue with, but the flash is also clearly tight here even when the horse's mouth is completely closed. This type of moment in time is a dime a dozen across the internet. It's everywhere. Over-tightened flashes are so normal that people don't even view it as being tight if the horse is not like gaping their mouth and showing that it's clearly digging into their face. This is a moment in time that, again, people are going to say I'm nitpicking, but it's a horse displaying a pain face and showing discomfort in the mouth, which, again, is something highly common to the point where people don't think it's a problem, and they'll argue with you and be like, you're nitpicking, even though we have enough evidence at this point to determine that this is a pain behavior. Another moment in time of an over-tightened drop noseband that is going to be sitting below the nasal bone or on the very sensitive part of the nasal bone where it's incredibly thin on a lot of cartilage and causing potential damage. The mouth is not open that far, but you can literally see a dent in the face by how far it's digging in. Another photo of a tight drop noseband. Another photo of an over-tightened flash. The horse's mouth is open very, very little, but you can see how tight the flash is, and the horse also has a pain face. Wow, would you look at that? Another pain face and an over-tightened flash. Anyways, the good news is if you truly believe that these are all just a moment in time, the good news is that since it's happening so infrequently, it means that it's so easy for you to fix because it's just such a tiny, tiny portion of the riding. Which means we should be able to nitpick it because it is a no biggie for it to be fixed because it's barely ever happening, right? So let's start cracking down on these moments in time because since they're so infrequently, it'll be really easy for these very talented upper-level riders to just stop doing them and have them not be so prevalent. Join the fight to improve horse welfare at the upper levels of sport by joining the Alliance for Horse Welfare in Sport and signing our petition and helping us spread the word so that we can bring change in time for the 2024 Paris Olympics. You can check out their account at Alliance for Horse Welfare on Facebook and on TikTok, and Unite for Horses on Instagram. The petition is also linked in my bio here on TikTok as well as on Instagram. Thank you for listening and coming to my TED Talk.